Hi, I have had a few requests for like a basic eyeshadow tutorial. So if you are not really new to makeup, this probably won't be very entertaining or exciting for you or helpful. I never really even wore eyeshadow until like a couple months ago, so it was not long ago that I was learning all this stuff. So let's get started. So one thing I never really realized was a thing until recently was that you should prime your eyelids. I already do have some concealer on my eyelids, but I'm just going to use this eyeshadow primer as well. So one thing you're going to want to avoid, especially if you already have oily eyelids, is putting any like lotion or like eye cream on your eyelids that have oils in them, because that's not going to provide a very good like base for your eyeshadow. It'll probably just make it smear off. A lot of people also just use concealer, but just make sure that the concealer that you use is not like a oil-based concealer. Okay, get this all kind of patted out. You don't want to smear it because that will just kind of wipe it off. Just like pat it. So I was gonna go to the store, like the drugstore, and buy like a drugstore makeup brand, but I knew I'd probably never use it again, so I didn't want to waste my money. But honestly, there are so many brands right now that are like higher quality products that aren't really even more expensive than the drugstore. Like ColourPop has nice eyeshadow palettes, like these little ones right here. They're usually on sale for like $8 and they have 12 colors. And then Morphe has like big palettes. So anyway, I'll link a couple palettes I think would be good for people starting out and wanting like some more neutral colors. Let's get started. We're gonna wanna have a nice fluffy brush like this. This one was super cheap. It came in a set from BH Cosmetics, and it's a really nice set. I will put the link to that as well. So for this video, I will do a basic like day look, and then I'll show you how to make it a little more dramatic for a nighttime look. So let's use this Jaclyn Hill palette. This has a lot of really good like neutral colors and then some fun like pops of color. So this is, if you were gonna get one palette, this would be a really good palette to get because it's got so many different neutrals and some good shimmers too. So I'm gonna take my fluffy brush I have right here, this one, and the best thing I think you can do is just build color up slowly, which is annoying and it takes forever, but it will look a lot better. So I'm gonna take this like lightest like taupey shade, and when you pick it up, you're gonna have like a lot on your brush, and I always people do this and I'm like, why are they doing that? But you gotta do it. Tap off the excess. So you have like your eyelid and your crease and your brow bone. So I'm gonna put this like right in my crease because it's gonna create a shadow where I would have a shadow naturally. So I'm just gonna softly go in and start to darken the crease. I don't wanna go out past like my natural crease. So my crease ends like right here. I'm gonna keep it kind of right in there. You're gonna feel like you're not doing anything, but it's good. Just keep doing this. Keep blending it right in your crease. Kind of, your brush kind of fits naturally right in there. Just keep on going. So it feels like you did nothing, but I did something. So I'm gonna get a little bit more of that color. Just go back in and keep building it up. So they call this one like the windshield wiper motion. Sometimes if I see a spot like I want to blend it really, seamlessly into like my brow bone, I'll do like a little scrubby like circular motion, but still really soft. So it looks like I literally did nothing, but that's just like what you gotta do. So now that we have like a transition shade, I would take a little bit of a darker shade and we'll just deepen it a little bit right there. Let's take this one below it. It's a little bit darker, and try to concentrate it right in the crease again. If you find that you put a little too much product on, like I just did there, you can just clean your brush off, wipe it on your pants. That's kind of what I do. Whoops. And then start to diffuse that. Go under the crease. Yeah, it gets really boring. If you find that it's not looking like super blended into like this area, and just go up a little bit and try to buff it out. You don't want to take it up, like the actual color up too high, because if you take it right up to your brow bone, it's going to look really dramatic, and that's good if that's what you're going for, but this is like a soft day look, so we don't want to look like that. So we can take a little bit more of a dark color. Let's take the same one. And I'm just gonna go tap it right into the deepest part of my eye right there. And I really think it just takes some practice to like see what like feels right, like how hard to blend, what kind of motions work for you, but it just takes some practice. So what I think is the easiest thing to do is to do a neutral color like this to darken your crease and kind of as a transition shade and bring that up a little bit. And then to take a shimmer and then just put it on this area of your eye. So a lot of shimmers are a lot easier to pick up with your finger and like kind of pat on than using a brush. So that's what I'm going to do. This color right here, I'm just gonna pick some up. It's really creamy. And just pat it right here, going into the inner corner and about to the center of my eye. Once you have that nice and like packed on, we can then take a brush and just kind of make sure it's flawlessly blended. So I'm gonna just kind of buff it out a little bit, blend the shimmer into the darker color. I'm not gonna go like this because I don't want to drag the shimmer across my whole eye. I'm just gonna kind of blend right where I stopped with the shimmer. What I always like to do is also get like a nice fluffy brush and just take it in right here and make sure that I don't have like any harsh lines. The next thing I would do to kind of bring it all together a little bit more is get a really kind of a dense brush. Like they would call this like a pencil brush. It's really dense and hard at the top. And get some of the darker color that we put on our crease. Maybe a little bit of slighter color too. And we can just go right under our lash line. Just right underneath here. Okay. I have this color under my lash line. I'm just gonna take this brush and just slightly blend it out. Okay, so while my mascara is drying on that side, let's do a more dramatic one, but just as easy on this side. Let's start with this cool tone brown. It's pretty dark. So I'm just gonna get a little bit and tap out the excess and just dab it on my crease. When I'm doing that, I'm not gonna go way into the inner corner right here because I wanna make sure that is highlighted, because when you highlight the inner corner, it makes you look more awake. Okay, now that we've got that packed into our crease, I would take a clean brush and just buff out the top. Need a little bit more. Pat that on there. So we got a pretty dark base there. I'm gonna bring this all the way down to my eyelid. Since we're keeping the outer corner all dark. I'm just gonna start buffing it. So it's pretty smoky. Okay, so now that we've blended it up that way, what I would do is take like a little bit of foundation or something and make sure that we don't have like a splotchy line right here. I've got a little bit of concealer left on my sponge, so I'm just gonna kind of take that. Make it look a little bit neater. And we're gonna wanna take that same darker color and put it on our lower lash line again. And we're gonna meet that with the shadow I put up top here. Blending that out. Okay, so this looks pretty rough. Let's put some shimmer on it. So I could look, if I put a brighter color, it'll be more contrast. If I use a darker color, it will just keep it kind of neutral. This gold one might be cool. So let's use this gold. Pat that right on my lid. Now I'm gonna take my brush again and just get a little bit more product and just kind of go over it, make sure it's nice and blended. So you see how right here, how it's kind of like patchy look? Get a little concealer right here. I'm not gonna pick up too much. Can go and just kind of like make a nice neat line of where you want it to stop. So a cat eye would look cute, or we can just use this gel liner and kind of smudge it. So let's just do that. I'm just going to put some on the top, keeping it close to my lash line, my waterline, and we'll kind of smudge it out. Get this little tiny like pencil brush, that will work good. And we're just gonna kind of like take it and blend it. We're not gonna drag the product anywhere else. We're just gonna kind of blend where it is. Maybe take it down a tiny bit and take it up here. And then I would probably definitely wear fake eyelashes with this look because it is more dramatic. And when you have darker shadow on, your natural lashes kind of disappear. And one other thing you can really do to bring your whole kind of look together is to highlight your eyes. But we're just gonna grab a little tiny brush like this one and pick up a little bit of this, tap it off, and you can go right in the inner corner and kind of dab it on right there. Kind of provides a little cue like, oh. So I like to do is put it right under my arch in my brow. So that's kind of, see, that's kind of brought some more life to our eyes. Yeah, so that is like a super easy daytime look and a smoky nighttime look, I guess. 2 colors on each eye, basically. So you don't have to use shimmers. If you're not a shimmer person, you could do the same idea, but just use a darker color on the outer corner and then a lighter matte on the inner corner, and it would do the same effect, it just wouldn't be shimmery. You can play around with the highlight color. You could use a little bit of like a bright color right there. That could be fun. But really, I think it's just practice and just doing what looks good on you. But I look kind of stupid because I don't have any like contour or blush or anything on, but you get the idea. Okay, you get the idea. So fun daytime. Hi. Oh, let's go. What's wrong with me? I don't know. All right, hope you enjoyed my video. Hope it was helpful to somebody. If not, I'll just keep trying. And I'll see you later, alligator. Bye.